Daredevil, the man without fear. When it comes to Hornhead, a lot of his villains don't often get a spotlight unless they are the crime god of New York, the world's greatest assassin, or that sick bastard, the Stilt Man. But I think Daredevil's got some great classic baddies that often get overlooked, and I'm in the mood for some blind justice. So we're gonna take a glance at one of my personal favourites, the Gladiator. Not to be confused with that loser from the Shi'ar Empire. Gladiator, or Melvin Potter as he was born, first appears to terrorise the Guardian Devil in Daredevil issue 18. Look at the cover, he's already bullying Daredevil. He's bullying a disabled person. What a villain. Foggy Nelson, a head lawyer at Murdoch and Nelson Attorneys, is planning to deceive a woman so she'll sleep with him, but to do so effectively, he needs a Daredevil costume, so he heads to the nearest fancy dress shop to see what he can see. Foggy's trying to make the lovely Karen Page believe that he is Daredevil, but store proprietor Melvin Potter doesn't have a costume in his size. Foggy might have to find another lie to tell his lady. But benevolent Melvin will tailor a suit just for him. What a nice guy. And dude, bloody superheroes, am I right? They think they're so big. Well, anyone could do what they do if they were tough enough. And Mad Melvin is gonna prove it, with Foggy as his test subject. Foggy returns that night to find Melvin slaving over a suit of his own. And the big bald dude has an idea to ensure Foggy's falsehoods enchant Karen for good. He's gonna pose as a villain for Foggy to defeat as Daredevil. Foolproof. What a mate Melvin ended up being. Unless it's all part of a larger scheme. Look at Foggy dressed as Daredevil. Looking good, my dude. Oh, and the real Daredevil isn't letting Nelson out of his sight. I mean, keeping an eye on, you know what I mean. He can't see, he's blind. The real Daredevil is following Foggy. Now, this issue doesn't do a fantastic job of explaining why, but I think it's implied that Melvin's got some undiagnosed mental disorder. He hates superheroes, but he doesn't really go into his reasoning, aside from believing that heroes think they're better than him. Potter plans to take Foggy hostage to bait in the true Daredevil, and so he suits up into super armour of his own design. He was a tailor. With bladed boots, spinning razor wrist wheels, say that 5 times fast, and a stylish helmet with built-in scuba gear, the Gladiator is born. Foggy's date with Karen is interrupted by the newest master villain in town. Foggy Nelson, the man without fear, dons his crimson costume. Far as Foggy knows, this is all pantomime to big him up, but the truth is, Potter's here to cut him down instead. Okay, now the cover is starting to make sense. I love Foggy, but he's certainly no Daredevil. The genuine article watcher senses on, realising that the man with the friggin' buzzsaws isn't just acting. Foggy learns this too when Fist meets Face. Down in one, Foggy, come on mate, could have put up a bit of a fight. The man with fear goes down, and Gladiator needs a new hostage, and there goes Karen Page. Knowing what life has in store for her, dying by Gladiator here would be a mercy. But Karen's knight in red spandex swoops in. Karen gets away as the true Daredevil takes a swing at Gladiator. Double D's super sensors don't make a dent in Gladiator's armour, but Potter's weapons could send Daredevil straight to hell, or at least to a watery grave. Matt even states Melvin is one of the toughest bastards he's ever fought so far. Oh, Matt Murdock's Daredevil, I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Daredevil is a sneaky bastard, isn't he? Who ever heard of a man without fear playing possum? It seems it was the only way to get Gladiator to release him underwater, making him think he'd already won. Oh dude, Melvin still thinks it was Foggy he was fighting. That is funny. And now Daredevil's got his breath back. This blind man isn't bluffing. Anger takes control. Gladiator is seeing red. After years of being a nobody, it's finally Melvin's time to be victorious. No. not weak Melvin Potter, the great, gallivanting Gladiator. I swear to God, 90% of Stan Lee's comics end with deadly dodging saving the day. Gladiator misses, crashes into a wall, and gives Matt the clean shot he needs. Double D senses a weak point in Gladiator's mask and punishes Melvin for his sins. Police, summoned by Karen, roll in to make the collar, and Foggy wakes up from his nap. A happy ending. A funny ending. Gladiator doesn't just think he fought Foggy in a Daredevil costume. He thinks Foggy must be Daredevil because only the real horn-headed hero could fight like that. But not everyone's impressed with Nelson. This stunt nearly killed him. His Daredevil impression has gone too far, and the true man without fear is gonna have to do something about it. Great debut issue. Melvin is just some big beefy lunatic who doesn't even understand his own hatred, and that's what makes him interesting. Funnily enough, there were more Iron Man parallels than Daredevil, but evil counterparts are played out anyway. He does fight Iron Man a bit later though, and I think I've covered some of those already. I seem to remember him turning up in something. Was it Spy Master? The dude just bloody hates superheroes, you know. And he's not done yet. Gladiator quickly returns in issue 19. Marvel must have known they had a hit on their hands because his name is already on the cover, mate. Bane wishes. Gladiator has done in the main comic universe what losers like Mysterio and Scarecrow can only pull off in adaptions. He's publicly outed his nemesis and told the world that Daredevil is secretly Foggy Nelson. I love seeing the bugle in non-Spidey books. Here's Melvin now, about to have his day in court. Why did he let him wear his dangerous costume for his trial? Would they let Bullseye hold his knives while they sentenced him? Anyway, Gladiator gets the thumbs up when a bunch of mooks bust him loose from the courthouse on the order of, as the cover spoiled, the Masked Marauder, Daredevil's original arch foe. Don't ask me why, but I love this fella. He will have Gladiator's help with destroying the devilish do-gooder, whether Melvin wants to or not. Marauder's plan is brilliant in its simplicity. Now that they know Daredevil's true name, they're gonna go to his home or place of business and kick his ass. But the only ass Gladiator wants to kick right now is the Masked Marauders. Gladiator's done being dumb muscle, done being anyone's servant. He wants to be the mastermind now. While the bad guys argue over who's in charge, the real Daredevil makes clowns of Marauder's henchmen. Because of course he does. The thugs even discover the truth that Foggy isn't Old Hornhead after all. But good luck getting that info back to your boss when you got no teeth left. One fella does manage to flee only because Daredevil lets him. The punk takes what he knows right back to his boss, taking this target off of Foggy's back. But no good deed goes unpunished. The truth only convinces Gladiator and the Masked Marauder that they really are better off working together. Look at them running at the screen like the Adam West and Burt Ward. Marauder's pajamas look so comfortable. New York has a new diabolical duo. Move over, Cobra and Hyde. Issue 22. The Tri-Man lives. Let's see what master plan these two can come up with. It seems the Marauder isn't happy with just the loyal crew of mooks he's already got. He wants control of the international crime syndicate known as the Margia. The super gang is looking for a new leader, and surely killing Daredevil will get them top of the list. Stop the video. At this point, readers didn't know who was beneath the Marauder's cowl, but why have they given him such a feminine figure here? I can see an outline of boob. Also, I haven't forgotten this is Gladiator's video. It's just the Marauders got big plans for Big G. They're gonna kill the devil with this. The Tri-Man, an android with the combined strength of 3 men he's already kidnapped. What? Daredevil's already fought Namor, so the strength of 3 men is nothing. Shut up. Yada yada yada, Daredevil ends up facing the Tri-Man in the ring. He's got him for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. But before Daredevil can call Tri-Man's outfit cute, Marauder demands his surrender or Karen Page and Foggy Nelson die. Oh baby, here we go. Told you this was Gladiator's show, and look at this cover, dude. Are you not entertained? The Marauder's fantastical device steals away both the Tri-Man and the Daredevil, dropping the Blind Avenger right into the palm of the villain's hands. The plan is to add Daredevil's own powers to the Tri-Man, giving it the ungodly, unstoppable strength of 4 men who, in all of Marveldom, could possibly put up a fight against the power of 4 men. Luckily, we don't need to find out, as Double D breaks free. Now's your chance, Gladiator, get him! Time for a rematch. Melvin has put up with Marauder's silly schemes long enough. Now is the time for action. His buzzsaw is ablaze, but Daredevil's too good, mate. Matt hands out banter with the beatdown and makes Gladiator see red. Meanwhile, what's Melvin's new best mate, the Marauder, doing? Gladiators are showmen, flashy warriors, but Marauders are conniving and devious. Daredevil and his buff baddie are thrust into the Colosseum for a fight to the death witnessed by the heads of the Magia. The Gladiator has been betrayed by his business partner. After he and Daredevil kill each other in this blood sport, the Masked Marauder will gain sole leadership of Earth's largest criminal organization. How sinister. It's time Daredevil and the Gladiator finish this mono a mono. Oh, Gladiator, come on dude, he's making you look like an idiot. Melvin does survive the Devil's onslaught, and if he wasn't pissed before, he sure as hell is now. Oh, no way, the cover didn't lie, there really is a lion in this issue. Here's a dumb question, but if Matt sees by sound, shouldn't the constant whirring noise of these blades overpower his radar sense and blare out the rest of Gladiator? Remember that Hulk movie where Daredevil gets defeated by music speakers? Bit like that. Oh no, Gladiator's stray saw blades have cut the lion loose, and he's looking hungry. All that tenderized meat on Melvin must be looking pretty tasty right about meow. But Daredevil is a true hero, mate. He uses his enhanced senses and acrobatic skills to rescue the man who was just trying to murder him, forcing the kitten back into its entrapment. And get onto this bit. Gladiator is grateful Daredevil saved his life, so he chooses to spare the horn-headed hero and simply leave, making the Marauder look like a fool in the process. Maybe there's hope for Melvin yet. Or maybe not, as we jump far ahead to Daredevil, issue 166. Meet the lovely Betsy Beatty. Betsy is a social worker who kindly takes New York's outcasts under her guidance. Today, she's chaperoning a school trip to the Museum of Human History, an exhibit all about New York's vilest villains, including the gear of the Gladiator. Betsy actually knows Melvin personally, as she's also his social worker. She feels sympathy for Melvin, but he feels so much more for her. The Gladiator lives again. He's here. He's reclaiming his weapons, but this time, thanks to his recurring psychosis, he's not after respect or revenge. He's after Betsy. He's mistaken her compassion for regular passion, but before she can explain, Melvin's got another outburst. Let's be honest, you're not gonna tell him he's not that into you when he's holding a big killer buzzsaw, are you? Melvin's mental illness seems to have developed alongside his biceps. He's slowly starting to believe he's a real gladiator, and he demands that the city send a champion, someone to battle him with honour, so he can prove that he'd kill for sweet Betsy. And even when she denies him, it only spurs him on to prove his love in trial by combat. And lucky for Betsy and the kids, a guardian devil comes to the rescue. While we're here, check out this museum. Leapfrog, Mysterio, the Masked Marauder again, Rhino, Scorpion, Stiltman, and I think that's El Diablo. This museum's curator has great taste in villains. How goddamn manly are Daredevil comics, dude. I can feel me chest hairs tremble with every panel of this fight. Honestly, comic fight scenes are usually crap, but this one's hitting hard. Notice how in every panel on this page, Daredevil is in deep trouble. Gladiator is like a lion. He's the goddamn king of the ring. Daredevil trains every day of his life, and even he can't keep up with Melvin's regiment. Melvin truly believes he's a warrior of old, down to hearing the spectators roar for Daredevil's blood. The Emperor in Melvin's head gives the order. For this defeat, Daredevil must pay the ultimate price. But this devil dares to defy the odds. As Gladiator speaks to his master statue, Matt strikes back and he strikes hard. Beneath his armour, Melvin's just a man, and though he's defiant to the end, he can only take so much punishment. Daredevil is victorious, but what was accomplished here? Gladiator only wanted someone to love him. Melvin's still crazy, only now he's crazy and sore. Looks like Betsy's got a work cut out for her. Usually I'd comment on how Matt just beats up a mentally disabled man, but Matt himself is disabled, so I suppose he's allowed to. But I've got good news, Melvin does get the help he needs. Not that you'd know by the looks of this cover. Mel, I love the confidence, but if you couldn't take down Daredevil, what chance have you got here? Spectacular Spider-Man 77, say that 5 times fast. Absolutely boss opening page, Spider erases to his throat, and it's the freaking bat, I see you back there, Dark Knight. Anyway, Gladiator's got the web head right where he... Ooh, it was a fake out, it's just the costumes. Banter, mate. Melvin is back to running his costume shop, and with Betsy's help he seems to have put his criminal past behind him. But in this game of heroes and villains, you only stop playing when you die. And even then, that's usually not for long. 3 common crooks escape the pursuing police by hiding out in Potter's shop, and Melvin isn't happy to have customers so late at night. How ironic, this human tank, this muscle-bound maniac, the Gladiator, has been taken hostage by these run-of-the-mill mooks. One even shoots Melvin in the arm to prove they're not screwing around. And when one of them recognises he's the Gladiator, Melvin's no longer just a bullet shield. He's forced to suit up and tag in. Potter's not the only one having a crap day. The spectacular Spider-Man is on the hunt, dreaming of his beloved black cat as she lies dying in hospital. But even without the cat being here, luck isn't on Spidey's side as he stumbles across the standoff at Potter's costume shop. Forced by the felons, the Gladiator lives again, dragged back into his life of crime and combat despite his best efforts. He tried, he failed. Is this then his destiny? Right, no, pause the video. What the hell is Melvin's armour made of that Spider-Man himself pops a knuckle punching it? Do you know what this man can lift? Do you know the power this man wields? Through a mix of adrenaline and blood loss, the Melvin personality recedes and the Gladiator rises up. The wall crawler makes easy work of the goons, but it's too little, too late. Even though the crooks admit Melvin was just a hostage, the warrior now demands blood. The sheer balls on Gladiator to square up to Spider-Man. We've got to give him some respect here just for trying. And you know what? Fair play to Spidey too. He knows Gladiator isn't well, so he tries to talk to him. But putting the friendly into friendly neighborhood Spider-Man only redirects Gladiator to his manipulators. If Melvin strikes the criminals down, all his efforts to go straight will be for nothing. But can the bloodthirsty Gladiator resist revenge? He launches his razor discs and shows restraint that would make Betsy proud. He's not the man he used to be, and he never will be again. Spider-Man actually gets a thank you. Why has this relationship not been further developed? What a team up this would be. Hey, so Melvin did it. In the end, he himself defeated the Gladiator, once and for all. And now, he can... Oh, for God's sake, he's doing it again. It's a new suit, yeah, but the Gladiator has once more returned after that sweet ending. And what the hell is he wearing? Hey, if Daredevil can change out of yellow, so can Melvin. Daredevil 226 will finish this fight once and for all. The spoils of war belong to the Gladiator. He knows what he's doing is wrong. He knows he's getting confused again. But he has no choice. Poor Melvin is as mixed up as ever, and this time, there's no Betsy to help. Rather than a woman with compassion, Potter's gonna get a man without fear. But even a blind man can see Melvin needs help. Where is Melvin's lovely social worker anyway? Poor sweethearted Betsy Beatty, who only wanted to help those who needed it, has been taken, abducted and held hostage, used to blackmail gentle giant Melvin back to a life of crime. Even now, she's warning the assailants of Melvin's fragile state, but they don't care about anything but the money. The Gladiator's return seems to have had a profound effect on Daredevil too. Of all Hornhead's enemies, Melvin is the one he truly believed could turn his life around, and seeing Potter fail shakes Matt's faith. Any remaining hope is replaced by anger when Murdock gets a message from Gladiator himself, apologising for what he's doing and half-heartedly requesting Daredevil stop him. Can this devil save a soul, or will his anger condemn them both? At the same museum we were at before, Daredevil confronts his ancient enemy. Melvin is not the warrior he once was, while this time it's Daredevil who's out for blood. The tables have turned and Matt dominates this fight, refusing to listen to any excuses. This is just sad, but Matt can't see he's doing no good beating up Melvin. Well, Matt can't see anything anyway, but you know what I mean. The once mighty Gladiator crumbles at the devil's feet. Melvin's heart isn't in this, but Matt's anger at the state of his own life clouds his judgment. Now more than ever, Daredevil is truly blind. This was no fight, it was a slaughter. Ooh, panty shot. The battle is over, but there are no winners here. There's no doubt in my mind that Melvin would take 1,000,000 beatings all for his Betsy. And when Matt Murdock pulls his head out of his ass and listens to Melvin's plight, even he can see what he must do. Am I making too many references to Sight? Daredevil and the Gladiator united in their quest for justice. Track the bastards who took Betsy down and deliver the ass-kicking of 2 centuries. But again, Melvin isn't the man he once was. He doesn't care about respect, revenge, money, or hurting people. He only cares about hair. The Gladiator saves the day. What a complex character. The development from maniac with a grudge to selfless soldier for the woman he loves was fantastic. You don't often get villains with such a journey. Firstly, this dude was threatening as hell. He built his own supersuit strong enough to tank spider strength, decked it out with an arsenal of weapons, and almost killed Daredevil in every serious fight they had. I loved his attitude. Whenever someone tried to tell him what to do, he made them eat their own words. First with the Marauder, and then with the kidnappers, he was his own man through and through. The hopeful side of the Gladiator's story is something we rarely see. We can literally chart a course for Gladiator getting better as the story goes on, to the point where he fully abandoned his costume crusade even before he had his run-in with Spidey. Melvin Potter is a shining example of rising above your nature. Great job, Melvin. See dude, Daredevil villains kick ass, and there's more to come. Who's your favourite? Mine just might be Gladiator.